Play Radio.
Hey, radio, man. Shout out to my guy, DJ Nexus. Make sure y'all check him out on all social media at DJ Nexus 44. That is the number 44. Holla at him. And for all you independent and upcoming artists out there that's looking to be featured right here on Play Radio, make sure you send the radio version of your latest tracks to playradio14 at gmail.com. You can also go to the Play Radio SoundCloud page and check out all the music that we're featuring on today's show. But without further ado, we have our special guest in the building. We got the homie Brandon Tory in the building.
What's goody?
You give me my purpose, girl. You give me my purpose, girl. You give me my purpose, girl. You give me my purpose, girl.
What's going on, family?
What's poppin'? I'm good.
Good, man. Glad to have you in the studio. We also got my man Real P in the building, rocking out with us. One time for Real P.
Already.
That's my guy right there. But we got Brandon Tory in the building, man. We're getting ready for this show that we got on Monday, the 26th, the day after Christmas.
And this is homecoming.
This is your homecoming right here.
It is. It's a big show for me.
Right. So, for all those people who don't know, you're a native of Boston?
I'm from Brockton.
Native of Brockton.
Which, when you out of state, it's the same thing, but yeah.
Right. Same thing.
Yeah.
Same thing. Be fitted. Still same thing.
Right.
But you actually reside right now in L.A.
Right, exactly.
Right. So tell us how that whole move came about. What inspired you to make that hop from the East Coast to the West Coast?
Sure, yeah. So I was recording in Brockton when I first started going to the studio in Cambridge. And I was recording there. And you know how it is when you first start, you just think your shit is so lit. It's like, yo, I got to take it to the next level immediately. I got to move to Atlanta right now.
Right.
My shit wasn't even what I thought it was at the time. But I was ready to go, so I peeled. I went to Atlanta. I was living there for 3 years, just learning. You know what I'm saying? My music was evolving. And then eventually, you know, L.A. started to seem like the move, so I went out there and been there ever since.
Right.
Did you make the move without any connections in Atlanta or LA?
No, I had homies in Atlanta already. So like my boy Irv, Josiah, a couple homies from the Bean was out there already. So that made it a little bit easier for me. And they plugged me in with a couple situations when I got there. So that was definitely a big help.
Nice.
So how's it been for you as a East Coast artist in LA?
It's been love, honestly. Like you know, we throw parties in LA and we get a real good turnout. We had 500 people at the last one we threw. So and plus, you know, nowadays, I don't know if it's because flights cheaper or what, or just because of the internet, but, like, it seems like Boston always, I don't even fuck it.
I'm going to ask you not to swear on the show, Brandon.
Well, my Boston friends are always in L.A. anyway, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, it really doesn't feel like I'm that far away.
Okay. So how is the transition, though? Do you feel like the support you were receiving here when you were living in Brockton is nothing like the support you're receiving now that you're out in L.A.?
I mean, I left so quick. I can't really complain.
Before
like
you built up a fan base here.
I was doing open mics and everything, you know, in Brockton. And that was love, you know what I'm saying? I did a couple open mics in Cambridge and things like that, but I pretty much bounced. I bounced and I really didn't start, you know, taking it super serious until I was already in Atlanta. You know, so I really can't complain about the support. Definitely been getting crazy support from home, even while I've been out of state.
Nice.
Yeah.
Right. So this Yaga season project, the EP, is this your first official project that you're actually putting out?
Now, my first joint was called Shine, and that was the one that Timbaland shouted out on his Instagram and really got me going. You know what I'm saying? That one was long. It was like 12 records. Yaga season was a fun joint. My homie Daniel calls Balenciagas Yagas, and so one day I just said, yo, I'm going to make a project called Yaga season. After that, and that's where that came from. So it was only 5 records. It was a fun joint, but Shine was really like the debut.
So talk a little bit about Timbaland. There was a contest that you did with him?
Yeah, there was a songwriting competition. 6,000 people all over America. I was in LA at the time. My homie hit me like, yo, you should enter this. And I'm like, bro, that's corny. I'm not gonna enter it because nobody ever wins that. I'm definitely not gonna ask nobody to vote for me. Like I'm not into that. But when I looked at the branding, I had one song I had played guitar on that I thought could work. So I put it in, and it just started buzzing, started doing really well. And then he called me on Skype and basically was like, yo, I think you're about to win. You know what I'm saying? You got it, da-da-da. He was hyping me, and then I ended up winning. They flew me to Miami,
Nice.
and that's how I met Tim. And then a lot of dope situations came from that.
Right. He writes the music score for Empire. Do you have anything to do with that?
So my homie Faye, who's also from the Bean, who I moved to Atlanta with, when I got to pick a person to go with me to meet Tim, I brought Faye with me. And after that, he's a producer, so like beats and whatnot, he ended up getting some beats on Empire through that situation.
Nice.
I don't make beats, so I didn't get a beat on it, but that's good.
That's
If he went,
pretty cool.
so I feel good enough.
Dope.
That's dope. That's dope. So I understand we got some UMass Amherst alumni in the building.
Facts.
Couple of y'all. So we got some educated brothers in the building. But what's your background as far as music? When did you really start to really dig deep into the music?
Yeah, it's one of them things like a full circle thing.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because when I was a kid, I was messing with the keyboard. I always loved music, always kind of associated music with color. And so that's where I draw my inspiration from. But then I was really kind of focused on basketball. And then, as you said, I went to UMass and everything. So I didn't really know I had liked music as much as I do now until I started going to the studio and I moved to Atlanta and I really decided to take it serious. And from there, it just kind of was like one of the moments in your brain where, you kind of have a moment. I just picked up the guitar, started learning guitar, started doing working with different producers and things like that. And I
So
realized,
you taught
what,
yourself
music
how
is
to
really
play
my
the
thing.
guitar?
No, I had some help. I had an older jazz player that showed me some chords and things like that, got me started. But from there, you can kind of just practice.
I'm learning. That's why I asked.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
What was that defining moment? Because for a lot of cats, it seems like music is a hobby before they really start to turn it into a career. So what was that defining moment? Was it that call from Timberland? Was it your homies telling you, yo, you hot, you need to take it serious? What was that moment that said, all right, I'm gonna go full throttle with this?
And I was before that. So I moved to Atlanta. Picture I'm in an apartment that's $600 a month total. So I split that with my man, so it's $300 each. So you could imagine what the apartment looked like. You know what I'm saying? I'm down there, and we just hustling every day, trying to make it work. You know what I'm saying? Working on music. And I'm moving around the city, meeting more and more artists. And in Atlanta, you meet a lot of artists that's either from Atlanta, but they could be from other cities too. New York, Boston, whatever it may be. Everybody moves there. And so the records I was hearing was just so much better than what I was making at the time.
Okay.
So I was like, I either got to go full throttle or move back to the Bean. You know what I'm saying? So at that point, that's when I decided to really try to focus on my craft and really get good at it.
Nice.
How would you describe your music to someone who's never heard it before?
Yeah. I would say, so Shine and Yaga Season are different. Shine, I would say, super chill. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely melodic, but it's super chill. Yaga Season, I would say, is beautiful, young trap. You know what I'm saying? It's like trap, but I'm playing guitar. You know what I mean? That's how I would describe it.
And you're playing the guitar on a lot of your songs, most of them.
Yeah, any of the guitar songs you hear on Yaga Season is me.
That's nice. A lot of rappers don't even know what an instrument looks like.
some do.
That's impressive.
But what inspired the guitar? Why was that your weapon of choice when it came to making your music?
At the time when I started incorporating guitar, it was just something that people wasn't doing. I mean, I think people are doing it more often now. But when I had first started, I bet I'm going to try to incorporate guitar, get a little bit more poppy with it. That's one of the reasons I went to L.A., to try to incorporate a little bit more pop in the sound.
Okay.
And,
Is it acoustic or electric?
It's a Taylor acoustic on the
Okay.
Yaga Season, 310. And, it was just different. It was a different sound. I think what you want as an artist is everybody wants that mixtape that when you put it on, people immediately go, wow, this is fresh. It's a different sound.
Right.
And for me, guitar was giving me that feeling.
Nice.
Yeah.
Brandon, I got a question for you. So, as an artist to another artist, what was your motivation when you was coming up with the whole concept and the whole EP of Yaga Season? Like, where was you at? What was that moment? Because I come up with crazy moments where I'm at. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Yaga Season, really, I think a lot of people online, they have no idea what I'm talking about when I say Yaga Season, so they think I just made the word up or something. But it honestly came from